An NFL legacy QB recently threw for Coach Neal Brown and the West Virginia football staff in Morgantown. Who is it, and how did it go? Pull up a chair, sit back, relax, and let's talk about it. What is up, college sports fans, Big 12 fans, and fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? This is Couz, and welcome in to another edition of Couz's Corner. Pull that chair up and let me serve you up another shot of top-shelf college football content. On tap in today's episode, we are talking about none other than Jamison Kitna. And if that last name sounds familiar to you, it should. He is the son of former Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Jon Kitna. Jamison Kitna is a class of 2025 recruit. He's 6'2" tall, 215 pounds. He's a three-star player right now, according to 24/7 Sports. He's the 28th rated quarterback in the nation, according to them, and also the 10th best player overall in the state of Ohio. He comes from Lakota East High School in Middletown, Ohio. Besides West Virginia, he also holds offers from Texas Tech, Kansas State, Houston, Duke, Baylor, and that team up north, the Pitt Panthers, along with several G5 schools. Now, according to the write-up at earsports.com, Kitna actually arrived to this camp this past weekend. He actually arrived early to the camp to hold a private workout for Coach Neal Brown, quarterbacks coach Sean Reagan, offensive coordinator Chad Scott, and the staff. And according to the guys at 24/7 Sports, earsports.com, the affiliate of 24/7 Sports for West Virginia, he performed really well during that time. They said he threw the ball really well. And the thing is, he actually stuck around after that to participate in the camp. Now, I was able to get a hold of some highlights from his throwing at the camp and his workouts at the camp, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Now, according to earsports.com, I think it was Chris Anderson who wrote the article. He actually looked even better in his private workouts for the staff, and they came away really impressed with this young man. But when I break down his film, the one thing that really, really stands out to me for this young man is his arm strength and the velocity he puts on the football. He has absolutely phenomenal velocity, really strong arm, especially for a kid that's only going into his junior year of high school. He also throws a really, really tight spiral, which is also a plus. Makes the football easier to catch, and makes it easier to get the ball through windy conditions and rainy conditions and things like that. So that's a plus as well. And then when you look at his footwork, in my opinion, his footwork for a kid his age is really good. I mean, I'm sure he's got work to do there, things he could polish. But, I mean, for a kid going into junior year, really, really, really good footwork. Also, obviously, being the son of an NFL quarterback is definitely a plus. I mean, he's got that pedigree. He's got the knowledge of the game. His dad is obviously going to be able to help him polish his skills, coach him up a little bit even more. And it's always good to have a kid like that who's been around the game and grew up around the game his entire life. Now, when evaluating his film, I also noticed a few things I feel like he needs to work on. Now, I'm old school, and when I played high school football about 25 years ago, ballpark, uh, I was not a good quarterback. I played quarterback for a little while. I wasn't good at it, so they moved me to wide receiver, which is where I ended up finishing my high school career. But I did play quarterback for a short time my freshman year. And the one thing they taught us, and like I said, I'm old school, so the one thing they taught us with your arm motion is you bring the ball straight back behind your ear, kind of like a catcher does in baseball. And then, and it gets allows you to get the ball out quicker and allows you to put the ball on target and stay consistent with your motion, right? Well, one thing with Kitna is he throws it kind of like at a three-quarter angle, it looks really strange to me. And that really jumped out to me when I was watching this film, and I kind of looked at it as a negative, something he probably needs to work on. But then when you think about it, and I talked to my friend Mountaineer Paul over at Mountaineer Paul Talks Football, who, by the way, I recommend you guys go check out his channel as well. Puts out some great content over there. But he and I were talking about this because I want to get his opinion because I really trust his eyes. Is when you look at guys like Patrick Mahomes, when you look at guys like Aaron Rodgers, those guys can throw the ball all different arm angles. I think that, straight over the top deal is probably an old school mentality. Uh, an old head like me probably likes it better that way. But in the grand scheme of things, all that really matters at the end of the day is, does he put the football where it needs to go? And when it comes to that, when it comes to his accuracy, He did miss quite a few throws in the the highlights I watched from the camp, but you've got to take that with a grain of salt a little bit because number one, he's throwing to receivers he'll probably never throw to again. He's never thrown to before. These are other players at this camp. Some of them are obviously going to be better than others. They probably haven't worked together as far as where the routes go, and then even some of the guys may have even ran the wrong route. When you're watching this, you don't know what route the kid was supposed to be running, so you really can't put all that on him. Uh, but he does throw a really nice football. He has a strong arm. He has all the physical tools to be a quarterback, in my opinion, at the Power 5 level. And all the things he does need to work on, he's got plenty of time to do it. Like I said, he's only going to be a junior in high school this year. Plenty of time to improve his game. He's probably going to grow a little bit more. He could come out of high school at 6'3", 6'4", potentially. Maybe even put on a little bit more weight. That'll help. Now, the one thing I also noticed is not only does he throw as a kind of a three-quarter angle, he winds up a little bit too much. Now, that is the one thing I would like to see him fix. Is I'd like to see him not bring his arm back so far and kind of wind it up. It takes longer to get rid of the football that way, which obviously at the Power 5 level, you've only got a couple 2 to 3 seconds to get rid of that football, and timing is critical, and you don't want to give the defense time to crash in on you. So he needs to, I'd like to see him work on that, getting rid of the ball a little bit faster, be more consistent with that throwing motion. When he does shorten his throws and doesn't wind it up, he's really good, and he's actually more accurate with the ball as well. As far as his speed, his athleticism, he's not the fastest guy in the world. I think they clocked him at a 4.9, according to Chris Anderson over at Ear Sports. So he's not lightning fast, but he's fast enough to play quarterback. He can move enough to get out of trouble, to avoid the rush. He can throw on the run. Matter of fact, he made one really, really impressive throw. He's a right-handed quarterback. He was rolling out to his left and threw the ball across his body to the left and put the ball dead on the money to a receiver standing right at the boundary, right on the sideline. So it was really impressive. I mean, great velocity. So, which is really impressive, especially for a young man that age. That's hard to do. That's a hard throw to make for a quarterback. And he made it, it looked like with ease, to be honest. So, really, really, really impressive throws this kid made. Like I said, he didn't hit his target every time. But there again, he's throwing the receivers he's never thrown to before. Now, I recommend you guys go check out his highlights for yourself. You can find them over at earsports.com. I'll leave a link in the description box. I think it might be behind the paywall, but I'm sure you can also look him up on Huddle and other sites that may show his highlights, maybe Max Preps, some others. But go check this young man out, watch his game film, watch his highlights, and let me know in the comment section what you think about this young man. Obviously, having that NFL pedigree is a huge plus. It would be great to get someone like him on campus in a Mountaineer uniform. But I want to hear your thoughts, Mountaineer Nation. Do you trust what I saw? Do you agree with the arm motion, the velocity, all the different things that I talked about? I would love to hear your opinion. Also, guys, please support me here on the channel. This channel is continuing to grow, and I can't do it without you. If you want to support me financially and help me grow this thing, there's a couple different ways you can do it. I have a merch store where you can check out all T-shirts, hoodies, ball caps, coffee mugs, all kinds of different things, all kinds of different designs, all kinds of different items. There are pictures below description box where you can go click on one of those photos. It'll take you right into my merch store. You don't have to buy that item you click on. It just gets you into the store. There's also a link in the description box. Check out the link to the Fanatics store. If you'd like to buy your college apparel from fanatics.com, click the Fanatics link. You can save up to 65% on certain items in the Fanatics store. Use that link, and I'll make a small commission off the sale on anything you buy once you use that link. You don't have to buy the product shown. There again, it just gets you into the site. You can join my channel by clicking the join button, become a member, and take advantage of the perks there. You can click the heart thanks button below, make a one-time donation. You can support me absolutely 100% free in 4 ways. Like the video by clicking the thumbs up button, share it with your family and friends, drop that comment below, give me your thoughts, and last but not least, subscribe to the channel. Help me get to my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the calendar year. And also, there's a notification bell you can hit that will notify you of future videos and will let you know when I'm going live, which I hope to do again very soon. With that being said, I really appreciate your support. I appreciate you tuning into this episode. And until the next one, Q Country Roads.